I'd say about 3 years ago, it was getting really rough. We had even decided to separate.
First of all, I was money hungry. I was money hungry. All I wanted was more money, and more money. Second of all, I loved to drink as much as I wasn't. I'm not gonna say I was a drunk, but I like to get social high anyway. And I also was a smoker, which I pretty much quit. So, well, the moment that changed everything was I had a stroke on June 22nd.
We were
Yep.
celebrating that weekend because you were supposed to start your job that weekend, and we went to our son's Special Olympics ball game, and he had a major stroke right there.
That they picked me up by ambulance, and they took me to one of the first two hospitals, and there was a storm out front, and they could not medical me to Rochester Hospital. And I heard one of the doctors say, "I don't think he's going to make it." I started realizing how miracle it was I survived, and how wondrous was that I lived. And that's when I made up my mind right then. I wanted to know God because I'd survived. And I knew for some reason I wasn't supposed to make it to Rochester. And I thought, well, someone spared me for a reason. So I got to do something with it. So that's why I'm here. So.
Yeah, it's completely different now. My kids have, instead of a father that's angry and mad at God, they have a father that's praising God. It almost feels like it got, married all over again to somebody different, because he's that different of a person. Everything that's happened with the stroke, even with our son being diagnosed with autism, that was really hard. That was a hard one, because as a parent, you're supposed to be able to know how to take care of your kids. And when you don't even know how their brain works, it's very hard. And that was a big struggle. I think you struggled with that a lot, not knowing how to take care of him, not knowing how to communicate with him. And through this, you've been able to get a connection with him that nobody's been able to have. He's been able to get into our autistic son's world and has been able to communicate with him and talk to him about Jesus, where before that wasn't a conversation that you would have even wanted to have with him, because he was so angry. And our son just soaks it in and listens to him.
Yeah, he does.
And he's just a much happier person. And we're trusting God completely with everything now.
Right now, the money is going to be one thing for us. That's not, I can't go back to my old job. A job that I would be basically making more than any supervisor in the jobs.
The promotion was gonna financially, is what we had been waiting for.
Yeah.
It's what we thought was gonna make us happy.
Oh, yeah.
We thought it was gonna solve all our problems. We thought it would solve our marriage problems, because who doesn't fight about money? We never saw it as God's money. It was ours. You know, we earned it. It was ours. And until we came to the realization that nothing is ours. Everything belongs to God. Our family, everything, our marriage, it all belongs to God. And until we were ready to fully give everything over to Him, it wasn't going to work. We're down to the one income now. And we have a son with special needs and no insurance, but God's been speaking to us about tithing and the building project, and we know that He's gonna provide.
And it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay with us.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I like. I know it's going to be all right with God, because when God said it's going to be all right, it's going to be all right. And you don't have to worry about it, because when God says it's going to be all right, you can bet it's going to be all right. You can bet it's going to be all right. And if we give our portion to the tithe, we're going to give it. And we're going to give it more, because that's just the way it is. And I feel good about it. And I feel great about it. Well, first of all, everything you've got can change on you in a minute. No matter how comfort you might feel, in a minute it can change. It can change. How much this marriages would be saved if they go all in with Christ? How much everything would be saved to just go all in with God and see where it goes? How much answering would be there if it just went all in with God and let Him take over? How much could be, man? How much could be?